Hey, my beautiful people. Hey, my beautiful people. Like, this incense is burning. Shout out to Janice for this happiness protection oil, which is everything. And I'm calling her out because she's definitely doing a live with me soon. But I could just smell the patchouli, which is really, really good. And this is a lifesaver. Hey, sis. So we are just waiting on Andrea to come in and we can get started. How are you, love? How's my niecey poo? We are waiting on Andrea to get in here. There she is. Missy too, sis. Hey, Breeze is in. Hey, okay. All things Mimi. Hey, y'all. Hi, beautiful.
Hi. I've been running all day, so I literally could
Girl, I
not set
feel
up my equipment, so I'm literally holding my ring light.
I forgot to put that in.
I got home not even
There we go.
like 15 minutes ago. Like I'm like, I gotta be on camera at 7.
It's
Hi,
all good.
May.
We here though. We
Yeah,
here
we
though.
are. We are. I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm excited.
How are you? We 10 days into the new year. How does it feel?
You know what? It's going pretty good. I've had some things that, have not gone my way,
Mhm.
but the mindset that I'm in right now, I feel like I'm just undefeated. So I'm just like I'm good.
Yeah, just going with
Everything's
the
going to
flow.
work itself out, I'm like booked from now until like March, so I'm really excited about that. So yeah, every level is another devil, but I know that
Yes.
some great things are really coming. So I'm just keeping a really positive mindset about it. And yeah, so I would say everything's pretty good for the most part.
All right.
Yeah.
So for those who do not know who you are,
Okay.
which everybody know you,
No,
but
I'm
introduce
nobody.
yourself.
All
Introduce
right.
yourself,
Well,
what you do.
okay. I am AndreaMichelle, also known as a Classic Curve on Instagram. I am a model and an influencer and a motivational speaker. Um, Currently transitioning into basically being my own retailer. I just got my wholesale license, so I'm really excited about that. So I'll be selling pretty soon. Got some really exciting stuff coming up that I can't wait to announce.
Okay, okay.
But yeah, love
All
it.
right, let's just get to it. I always ask the first question, and I feel like it's important for us to have a routine in the morning. But what is like your morning routine? What do you do to get yourself up, get yourself going?
Right now, I've always because I'm the manager for Victoria's Secret, so I've always been my hours have been crazy. So I've always like just jumped up and pretty much just been running. But now I am teaching myself to take some time for me in the morning. So my morning routines are prayer. I don't put my feet on the ground until I at least thank God for waking me up. And letting me see
Mm,
another day that's not promised.
right.
I'm trying to get into a little bit more of my like meditation and stretching and really getting my body ready for the day, at least 30 minutes. And then I kind of go in my day. I'm also in a place where I am trying to make sure that I plan my days out so that I know what,
Hmm.
you know, what I have going on for the day. So I'm not all over the place. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and it's really important for us to, be grateful and just thank God first, and then, going about our day and doing what we have to do is definitely,
Right,
definitely
because a lot of times we get up, I'm like scrolling the gram, like
right.
doing other things. But I'm like, I have breath in my body. Somebody didn't wake up, so I'm
Right.
really pushing myself to make sure that I make sure that I thank God first. I see all the ways. Last time on my
Yeah.
last live, I missed all the comments. So hi, everyone.
Yes. All these beautiful people coming
Yeah, I love
in. I'm
it. I
trying to give
love
some
it.
waves here.
I
Yes, this is
love it.
lovely. This is
Say my
amazing.
goddaughter. Period.
It,
That's
and
funny.
it is crazy because we've known each other for a very long time.
I was just talking to Rachel. Rachel and I just had a conversation, and yeah, we've been knowing each other for quite some time. And I was telling her that's why you have to be kind to people, because you
Yeah.
never know who's who. Because see, I was friends with your sister. I've been friends with your sister since I was in fifth grade. We
Wow.
rekindled our friendship, because after like elementary, we went separate ways in different schools. But around like I want to say maybe around 18, 19. I was working in a hair salon, and she came into a hair salon needing her hair done, and I was the hairstylist. So she and I rekindled, and she had a party at her house, and that's when I met you.
Yes.
I met you, and it just was a night. It was fun, and then I end up like maybe in my 20s. I end up moving to Vegas, and you were in Vegas, and she told me my sister's out there, and then you and I started like hanging out, and then both of us end up moving. I think I went back to LA for a little while, and then I know you moved back home to the Bay Area, and then I later
Yep.
came back home to the Bay Area, and then later on you became a photographer, and I was modeling. So
it just worked out perfectly. Like
yeah. So, but
we've always been those creative, artsy people, and just always positive energy, positive vibes. Like we could not see each other for years, and then as soon as we connect, it's just like we just seen each other yesterday. That was the energy and that was a vibe. So
yeah, I
it
always said, I even told Rachel that I said, real friendship, you don't have to talk every day. I have my friends that I talk to every single day, 50 million
mhm.
times a day. But I also have those friends that I consider real friends that, I haven't talked to in years. But when I pick up the phone, it's like, we never missed a beat. So, it's important to, keep those type of people in your life.
Exactly. To keep
Yeah.
the positive people in your life and no one that's, and that's another thing too when it comes to friendships, to understanding who is around you in your circle and understanding who needs to be let go as well.
Yeah. And
And
because I have a big heart, I've always loved people. So I used to say, "Oh, I have this big circle," but I don't. I have a very small circle, and these people I consider my sisters. But
yeah,
I also have right like around my small circle, I have other people that I do love and adore and will do anything for, that support me,
yes,
and that I will consider, a friendship. I might not say you're my best friend, but
right.
a
It's
friendship,
it, it's important to have boundaries.
Absolutely.
It's
I'm
important
learning.
to have boundaries.
I'm learning. Cause,
Like,
and
yeah,
really, and I don't really have them. It's my friends who let me know you need boundaries.
exactly. And that's the
you
circle
know,
that you need to keep. So
exactly,
that's great.
exactly,
That's great.
exactly.
I really want to do three, me and my threes.
Right.
So um I want you to tell us three of like your most motivational songs. Three songs that you kind of live by. And that kind of gets you going, gets you in a mood. This could be anything, any kind of song, any kind of genre. What are the three songs to keep you pushing and keep you going?
a good question. I feel like Beyonce when she said, "From pretty hurts my aspirations in life."
Yeah.
No. um, I would say, let's see, three songs that really kind of get me going. My palette is all over the place because my dad's a DJ, so I listen to everything. I would say, I don't remember who it's by, but there's a gospel song, Encourage Yourself. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself, you know. That's
Yes.
a really good song that I, in those late night hours when I'm, you know, having my moments and stuff that I like to play. I also really like, I don't know these rappers' names, but it's, I think it's Travis Scott. I don't know. But he has a song, I don't think it's Travis Scott. It's one of them Travises. I don't know. And it's I haven't been broke in a minute.
Okay.
That's my jam. I like to play that. And then the Chloe and Halle girls, they have a song called I Have
Ooh.
Money. It's called Everywhere, but it's like I got money everywhere falling from the trees. That song I
Yes,
listen to almost every single morning because it's me manifesting what I want my life to be. Yeah. So
exactly.
I would say those would be my three songs, at least my current songs.
Okay, perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. I'm the
hmm
same way. I don't be knowing names like, but you know how this go,
I
right?
don't know lyrics, nothing. I just hum it. My friends talk about me
Facts.
all the time. I don't know. I make my own lyrics up.
Right. What
Yeah.
what I admire so much about you is just your energy and just how you just don't let anything, interfere. Like, and not only that, you when it comes to society, you're like, fuck what everybody else think of whatever it is. It's like you own your own shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you continue to push forward. When you say you're going to do something, you do it, and you
Yeah.
you put forward. So it's beautiful to see that and see how much you progress and how much you've grown.
Yeah.
What is one of your most impactful moments in your modeling career? Like, what was one of the things that was just like, wow, this is like it, like.
That's a really good question because a lot of times I like to talk about like some of my bigger moments in my modeling career. But I would say that one of my wow moments in my modeling career would have to be a show that I did when I first kind of started off. Because see, when I moved to LA, I started off as a hairstylist and a makeup artist. That was the dream that I was chasing. I knew that I wanted to be some type of influencer, but I didn't think that I was going to be a classic curve, the Andrea
Yeah.
Michelle today, right now. So I did a show called Jesus Christ, not Kiss the Curves. I'm having a brain fart. I did a show with a young lady by the name of Sandy in LA, and I can't believe I can't remember the name, and I feel so bad. But I did a show with her, and it was Kelly Price who hosted it,
Yeah.
and they were filming the first episode of R&B Divas, and that show to me was when it was my wow moment when I knew this was what I was made to do. It was my first runway show. It was at like a little hall, a hotel ballroom, and rehearsals. Sandy didn't play rehearsals, practice, everything. And when the show came, we all did what we were supposed to do. But towards the end of the show, we were all standing up there with Kelly Price, and the music was going. And basically, it was the end of the show. We was getting ready to walk off, and they were like, "Somebody needs to go." Basically, somebody walked, and all the girls were shy. And immediately, they played "Birthday" by Rihanna. And when that
Okay.
it came on, I was the first one to walk out, just naturally
Is that
confident, everything.
K?
Yeah, exactly. And I just hit the runway, and it was the crowd's reaction, the feedback that I got, all of
The
that. And I was like, okay,
energy.
I knew this is what I was made to do. And that was real my coming up days. I wasn't fly. I wasn't none of that.
Yeah.
I just was confident. And I thank you for the compliment that you gave me, because Rachel and I, your sister and I, and my stepsister the other day said to me some things. My stepsister said to me, she said, "Drea, you have always been you. You have always walked in your purpose, you know? And I never thought about that because I have always been me, you know?
Mhm.
But I'm like, I've been saying that I was going to be a star since I was a child, you
Yeah.
know? I've been chasing these dreams since I was a child, you know? And then Rachel even said, she said, you're doing exactly everything you said you were going to do when we were kids, you know? And I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, you know, and I think it's dope because, again, when I just do things on an everyday basis, you know, you see yourself when you just see yourself, you know, but I had to really think about what those girls said to me and even think about my friends, you know, and I always like to bring my friends up because they really are my support system. They let me be me. Not one time have any
Yes.
of my friends ever
Be
said,
you.
no, period. You
Period.
know, not one time have they said you can't do that. That's too much. I said I want to go walk runways. I want to go to New York. Y'all get tickets. I want to do this. I want to do that. When
Right.
I did my pop up and launch my business, we did that in excuse my language. I think in like anywhere from 30 to 60 days, you know. I
Mhm.
stress my friends out. I do, you know, but
Yeah.
they support me and I love that, you know, and it's like honestly that makes me want to continue going. I never have any doubt in my mind where I want to give up, but I'm human. So there's days
Yes.
when I don't want to push myself, you know,
Mhm.
but I feel that because of how much time and they have invested in me, it makes me want to be the star that I know that I'm supposed to be so that they can feel like their
Yes.
time hasn't gone in vain, you know?
Yeah. And
But yeah.
that's beautiful too. And then when you do have those moments when you are feeling, down, what are some give me three. Give me three motivational quotes. This could be quotes from a famous person. This could be quotes that you, or just words that you live by, or words that you say to yourself to continue to push you forward.
Well, one of them would be, you can do anything you put your mind to, you know, and I'm a firm believer in that. Um, my other one is it would be my dad. He said, when I was young, you know, he said, I don't care if you want to shovel shit for the rest of your life as long as you're happy. So my happiness in what I do is very important. So when I'm feeling down and I'm like, I don't know, I think about what makes me happy. Fashion makes me happy. Motivating other people makes me happy, you know.
Mhm.
Um, my third one, I would say my third quote to live by is shit, go hard or go home.
Right.
Especially in the new year, the 2021, especially, you know, we've seen so much in 2020, you know, and it's like that we have an understanding of what's important and what's not important, and we don't have time
That
to waste.
part.
Tomorrow's not promised, so it is go hard or go home,
Yes,
you know.
that part. We've experienced so much last year, and then with the beginning of the new year, it's no reset. It ain't gonna go away, and we start over. Like
Right.
we got to continue to keep pushing on and keep
Yeah.
surviving, and
Yeah.
also, yeah, live every day like it's your last, because you never know. So, yeah, go hard or go home.
Go hard to go home. We don't have time to be baby stepping. I'm taking a leap of faith. I'm jumping
Right?
out and just spreading my wings and I'm just gonna flap and hopefully I fly. You
Yep.
know, oh, you know what? I'll say this. There's a saying that says if you shoot for the stars or if you shoot for the moon, you'll land somewhere in the stars or something like that. You know, I like that.
Yeah.
You know, that's a quote that I've heard over the years. People say, and it's like now as an adult, I have an understanding of that, you know,
Right.
because some people don't even try. It's like, but I could do that, or I wish I was doing that, or she shouldn't have, you know, but you didn't. I
Right.
chose to. Some people, like, I have a friend who does music, and I remember coming when I came back home from to the Bay Area. Someone, you know, someone being negative and said, well, why is she not a rapper yet? Why I don't see her on TV yet? But I'm like, this girl has several videos. She does live shows, all the stuff. What are you doing? You at
Yeah.
home talking about her. Like, you know
Negative.
what I
I
mean?
call them
So
negative Nancy's.
she's shooting for the moon, you know, and again, she's going to land somewhere in the stars because she is a star, you know?
Right.
So, you know, those are some of the things that I kind of live by.
Yeah, understanding to block that negativity and that shield out as well. Like there's a lot of people that will come in and kind of tell you what to do or how to do it, and they're not doing anything themselves. They're just
And I don't want to surround myself around people like that that's not doing anything. I'm okay to encourage people who want to do things, you know,
right.
but people who just want to sit on their ass,
Nah.
because you are who you surround yourself around, you know, and then
Exactly.
those people start putting their doubts on you. Oh, well, you can't do that. I wouldn't do this. I've moved several times. I've moved
Yes.
to LA and back, you know, planning to move back to LA eventually, like
Yes.
all this stuff. And some people are like, well, why won't you just sit? Why won't you? Because I can.
Right.
Because I can get up and go when I please. That has nothing to do with you. You know,
Right.
Andrea is going to do what Andrea's heart desires and what she feels
Exactly.
like, you know, she wants to do that's going to make her a better person or, you know, a better artist or whatever, you know. But you have to be around those people who are like-minded, for sure.
Exactly.
For
Exactly.
sure.
Same way with
Mm-hmm.
for real. My next question is I'm not gonna call her out because it's my modeling friend and I've been telling her to call you, but she's gonna call you soon. But
So
she
funny.
was nervous and I'm like, why are you nervous? Like what what I've learned is like, everyone around, like we're all different people, right? But you should never, if there's someone that has like fear or doubt or any of that, it's like you have to learn that everyone being different people can learn from each other. Like someone that's at that caliber could still learn from what you got going on and you
Absolutely.
can learn from them. So you should
Absolutely.
never ever doubt yourself or feel any kind of, you know, at the end of the day, I gave you that source. You go ahead and do what you want to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, again, we are all a learning experience. So we could definitely learn from everyone and everyone can learn
Absolutely.
from you too, because we are different.
Absolutely.
I say all that with saying, when it comes to someone that wants to get into the industry in modeling, in fashion, what advice would you give someone like that, or someone that is not sure what they want to do or how they want to do it, or what guidance would you give them?
I would just tell them to go for it. Because a lot of times we say, oh, well, I don't have these resources, or I don't have that, I don't have this. We live in a new day, a new age where you can literally do anything. You can do anything online, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
if you want to be a model, consider yourself a model. You're gonna take It's gonna take practice for you to be comfortable and to get better at it. But I don't care if it's your first picture. I'm a model. Go find you a
Right.
photographer or take it yourself. Nowadays, you know, my friend always goes, I'm not a model. I'm not a model. She's a blogger. She's an up and coming blogger and, you know, has her t-shirt line. And she
Mm-hmm.
goes, I'm not a model. I'm not a model. But I'm like, but you are. You know, people see me with the stats of a model. But what exactly is a model? A model is an example, right?
Right.
So she's an example for so many people. So many people are calling her, asking her to style and dress and do this. You're an example. My
Mm-hmm.
other friend, who was originally my stylist, you know, she doesn't consider herself a model, but she did a photo shoot one day, and I'm talking about my years of experience has nothing on these pictures that she did
Okay.
years ago. You're a model. So just get out there and do it, you know,
Yeah.
and practice makes perfect. I started off on the runway. So I was kind of shy behind the camera once I started actually getting behind the camera, but it takes practice. People go, oh, girl, the camera loves you. No, it took practice. It took me,
Yeah.
I say I'm the selfie queen. I know Kim Kardashian says she's the selfie queen, and she came out with the selfie book. But if you go all the way back to my MySpace, it's
Okay.
all the headshots and this and that.
Yes.
And
The
I was just
lighting,
learning my
everything.
angles. I
Yes.
was just learning what works for me, you know, until I was able to now be able to show. Now I'm able to angle my whole body, not just my face, you know, to work for me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I would definitely say just get out there and do it. There's all kind of resources. There's people, teamwork. It's power in numbers. Teamwork makes the dream work. It sounds
Right.
cliche, but it's so true, you know. Because again, like you're a photographer, I was an up and coming model, you know.
And let
Um,
me tell y'all,
you're
she
so
is the
funny.
best. Like she is so easy to work with. Like I photograph people all the time, but you know your shit.
I'm at the point in my life where it's business. And so I know what I want. I know what I want to look like. That's why, you know, all them before I used to get a bunch of pictures and then people would give me all these raws and stuff. And what I tell you, I want get the shot. Once you feel
Yeah.
like you got the shot and I do three things in threes as well. But once you got those three shots, let's move on.
Boom.
Let's move on, you know. So I think it's about, you know, learning yourself, learning what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what type of people work for you, what doesn't, you know,
Right.
what type of people don't work for you, you know. So yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. That's such a beautiful
I
thing.
love this
So,
name.
so I started this whole visions because, of course, I do vision board parties, and last year I wasn't able to do it due to COVID. I'm still working on doing a virtual live one, but
Oh,
I
that's
do
cool.
remember you actually came to one of my first vision board uh,
Late as always. I count the
parties.
last 10, 15 minutes. I'm such a diva in that way. I'm working on that.
But what I want to know is, how did that work for you when it came to setting your visions and your goals back then? What has any of those came into fruition? Um, yeah,
They definitely have. I came to your vision board party and you sent me home with all the materials because again I was late. You guys were cleaning
yeah,
up. So I went home and and to be honest, I never completed it. I never completed it, but I did my cutouts, you know.
yeah.
And that was a very interesting time in my life, you know. So it definitely those things that I cut out, which was a car, came
Mm,
forth, which was a house. I've been stable for years now, you know.
yes.
Um I think there was something with traveling. It was like an airplane or something. I've traveled for my modeling. I've done runway shows in other states and people are reaching out to me, you know, and they're paying, you know. So
Okay.
I am a paid model and I'm an independent model. I'm not
Yes.
signed with anyone, any of that, you know. So they definitely have come forth. I've been back and forth with, you know, my team about, you know, doing vision boards and stuff like that, but more so about what we've been doing since we haven't sat down and actually created the vision boards, but manifestation.
Yes.
And I will say, you know, because it's life and death and tongue, everything that I have spoken has come to pass. Even the fact that I said last year in 2019, I said, I'm not going into 2021 working for Victoria's Secret anymore.
Oh,
And my church was supposed to be going to Africa in November. And so I really wanted, they go like every couple of years to go minister to the
wow.
people and
Okay.
do all these great things. And so I wanted to go this year. And I said when I came back that I would not be going into 2021 working for, and this was 2019, that I would not
Mhm.
be going into 2021 working for Victoria's Secret or any jobs anymore.
Right.
And then COVID came around. Everybody went on furlough and all this stuff. So when my job called back, I felt obligated to go and I felt bad because people were making me feel bad saying, you know, some people don't have a job, you know, and I'm grateful. I am grateful, you know,
Yeah.
because some people don't have a job. Some people can't pay their bills and all kind of stuff, you know, and, but just being there during these rough times and stuff, I just knew that I didn't want to be there. And God made a way where, you know, I am not currently with them anymore. You know,
Yeah.
I am now a full-time entrepreneur and don't plan on going
Yes.
back.
Welcome to the
And
club.
I'm set up for success. Like I really don't have a care in the world right now, you know, other than
Yes.
just planning my life. You know, I'm not struggling. You know, I have my days where I go
Right.
through, but I'm not
And God
struggling.
is gonna make
And I'm
everything
happy. I'm so damn happy.
happy. I'm telling you, you start
Like,
glowing.
yeah,
You start
yeah,
glowing. It just
yeah,
shows. It's a
yeah.
beautiful feeling, and that's another thing that I always say in my segments is that it's important for us to work for ourselves. Like even if you do have that full-time job, get you another job that is for you, that you work
That
for
is for
yourself.
you.
Get your own business. You
My
know,
friend, my guy friend, he said, if you want to stay broke, get a job. I said, you know what? That makes sense to
facts,
me, you know, because again, that's what
facts.
we've been taught, you know. I
Yeah.
was paying before I had a car, I was paying almost $1,000 a week just in Ubers. For what? To get to work, to go work 153 hours. I used to have 153 hours on my check, child,
Girl,
to work 153 hours to be able
for
to pay to
what?
go back to work for what? And now I've left and I'm all these doors of opportunity are opening for me where I really can invest in myself. I didn't even have time to invest in myself. I paid for my real estate license way back when, and wasn't even able to open the criteria to even study for it. You know, let me not. I could have if I would have prioritized a little more, you know,
Right?
but I was so exhausted and didn't want to use my brain to even study for that because I was pouring everything into somebody else's dream, you know? So I love that. If you want to stay broke, get a job. This is the time where you really go out and you do what you need to do for you, you know? It
Yes.
also brings for us as brown people, you know, black and brown people, it brings what am I looking to say? It brings more wealth when we work for
Yes.
ourselves,
Yes. And then
you know?
also learning that once you go all in when it comes to your God-given talent, everything's going to fall into place for you. Everything's going to
And
fall into place for
it
you.
really
And it's
is.
just going to fall in your lap. Like, don't get me wrong. There's going to be bumps in the road, but you're doing what you love to do.
Right.
And you want to
Right.
continue to pursue and push that. And then I tell people all the time, shoot me a DM. Like if you really are serious about this and want to know the ins and outs of owning your own business, like we here, you know, I'm here to give a hand and help people out so we could keep pushing and leveling up on things. Cause this whole, like, I'm telling you, I
And
went,
oh, to even go back on what you said, and it's so true because again, I'm not perfect. So although some people might look and say, well, my career may have picked up a little, you know, first, you know, out of my friends or whatever, my friends had different priorities. It's not that I'm any better than them or anything. It doesn't mean that I
right,
can't learn from them because I am learning from them. Even some of
right.
the ones that are just now, what you can say that it's important, you know, to really have a solid team, you know, that's gonna be able to, you know, do that for you. Because again, like I might think to do something and my friends would tell me, yeah, you don't really need to do that necessarily for your career because you don't need that. How about this? You know? And
Yeah,
it's like, okay. And I don't want to be like, well, you know, and I have because I'm hard headed and I do what I want to do. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna do it anyway. And then I've done it. And then I'm like, yeah, I didn't really need to do that.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, well, if
So
it's helpful, constructive criticism, then yeah, definitely. I mean, I
yeah.
think we all need that from time to
Yeah.
time to help us get us in, to assist us in getting us into the right places that we need to be. So as we slow go wrap it up a little bit, I mean, finishing up here. Um, I have, of course, my threes, and I
Which is
love,
good.
love,
I'm
love.
all about the threes. I'm getting ready to be 33 on the 3rd. So it's 333 for me. So I'm like,
Hey, you
this
welcome,
I
welcome to the
and I hate to
33
be that person
Club.
to say,
Yes.
oh, well, this is my year. But no, real talk, this is my year. I'm not worried about it. And 2020 honestly was a good year for me. You know, a lot of people I know had some rough times and stuff. But, you know, people say, oh, 2020 was supposed to be my year. No, 2020 is just that. It's about clear vision. And that's
Right.
exactly what we got for
Because it
me.
doesn't
And I
matter
hope
what
most of
year
the
it
people
is.
got clear vision. You know, if it's not, if anything, at least clear vision about what's important and what's not important and what your priorities should be, you know?
Yes,
And it's not going to put all your time and energy into another job because obviously that can be taken away from you within seconds, you know?
that part.
So some people couldn't even pay their rent. I'm talking about grown people in their 60s and 70s who've been, you know, grinding their whole life and, you know, putting their kids through college and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Couldn't even pay their rent. I'm like, I am so blessed and so humbled and, you know, just that my 2020 went the way it went. I thought, you know,
Yeah.
I wasn't
Same
really
here.
scared. I wasn't scared, you know. I wanted to be. I wanted to be nervous, like what's gonna happen, but I wasn't. I was chilling. I had my
Yeah.
feet up. I was drinking Moet bottles, like for
Yes.
breakfast. Okay,
Yes.
like 2020 was good for me. You know,
Same.
I had some lessons to learn, because I have my own things that I'm trying to grow in, and my, you know, procrastination and irresponsible in certain areas and stuff like that. So I had those kind of like, you know, things to learn. But other than that, it was a really great year for me. You
Yeah.
know, but
And
2021 with these threes,
right.
it's
And then
it's
also it's like last year, number one thing that taught me was gratitude, just to be grateful. Just great.
yeah,
I'm just grateful for everything that everyone and everything that I have,
absolutely,
and just to be
absolutely,
here in the
yeah,
moment and just to be
yeah,
just to still be here. It's like it's a lot of, and I tell this all the time, but like still here for a reason.
facts,
Like we are really here for a reason. We're still here. So there should be no procrastination. There should be no sit back, like sit on the couch on Netflix. I even had to get myself out of the whole Netflix. Like I started watching shows. And I'm like, am I watching seasons now? Like what's going
No, for
on?
real. Binge
I need to go
watching.
outside, get some fresh air, go
Yeah.
hiking. You know, I
Yeah.
be doing my hikes now. Like
Yeah.
it's
And
breathe.
I like that because even so, just being grateful, it's like, for a moment we couldn't go outside. So do be grateful that you can go for a hike. Do be grateful that you can go for a walk. And even
Exactly.
when we did go into quarantine, I was, venting to my friends, about why we should be grateful, and just something as simple as water. We piss and shit, and again, excuse my language, that's who I am, but we
Go
piss
ahead,
and
boo.
shit in clean water and flush it down the toilet when certain people don't even have clean water to drink.
Right. And
That
this is
was so
in
important to
America.
me.
This ain't in
You
no
know,
different country.
there are
This is in
children.
our country.
Exactly. There are children that are hungry, and I'm sitting here eating filet mignons. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and that's not to brag or be cocky or anything, but I'm pointing out that, we are so spoiled. How dare we complain?
Right.
How dare we complain? And that's another reason why the first thing I want to do is thank God for waking me up to see another day that was not promised.
Amen.
So,
Amen. Ashe. Ashe.
okay,
So
now
when
I
it
say I
comes to
say.
my threes, I'm gonna do 3 affirmations. Okay. So I want you
Okay.
to fill in the blank. So for the first one, I know. I know.
I know that I am a powerful woman
Mm,
that can influence myself and so many others around me.
yes. Yes. I believe. I believe.
I believe in myself and the people around me.
Yes. 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 And last one, I see. I see.
I see the future and
Ooh,
it's looking real great.
it is bright, ain't
It's
it?
bright, shining bright like a diamond.
All the
Like,
lights. All the lights. All the
yeah,
lights.
I definitely see the future. I am having dreams and visions about certain things
So many
that
dreams.
I know are gonna come forth. So I'm really excited about that.
That's beautiful.
Very
That's
excited
beautiful.
about that.
And thank you, and also thank you for like supporting my business and
Of
everything.
course,
And
of
I know during the
course.
holiday season you went in on the crystal trees and everything. So that I appreciate you for
No
always
problem.
supporting me. And then
Yeah.
also I'm looking forward to more shoots with you because we do it we do it big. Every time I work with you, it's just beautiful. It's
It's fun. You
always
know what? You
fun.
actually, now that I think about it, you did my shoot when I launched my business. 3 years ago, we did the
Oh
little studio.
yes,
Yep,
in
when I
the
had the wrap and
studio.
stuff. That was the start of my business. My graphic designer, I love him, and he took those pictures and he did the damn thing with it. So them
Oh,
pictures were so much fun. And that was actually one of my friend's first photo shoots being on. Now she's always on set with me. So yeah, I
oh,
love
yeah, and
that.
I love
I
her
love that.
too. Her energy
Yeah,
is
she's the people's.
everything, and she's. I'm definitely can see that y'all don't even have to. Y'all could like look at each other and
No,
already
for
know
real.
like let's
For
do this.
real.
Like
We
so
we
that's
know
that's
what's
what's
up.
up
Yeah.
for real. So
Yeah.
what do we have in store for you for 2021? Where can we find you? How can we connect? If someone is interested, please give all the information right now.
Um, what's in store is I have I'm gonna be featured in a few magazines this year, so I'm excited. Online and hard copy. Um, I'm actually writing a book. I have a friend who's
Hey,
working with me to get it published. So that should be
yes.
coming out like towards the end of the year, hopefully. I'm actually working on a children's book too, believe it or not, with my friend's daughter. So I'm really excited about that. I would like to I don't want to give all my information because some things are going to be surprises, but
Okay.
I'm working on something big for the end of the summer here in the Bay Area. I'm actually working on another pop-up for February, so that's going to be announced pretty soon too. I have some t-shirts that are coming out,
Yes.
and just more shoots, and more investing some of my time and my energy and my friends because they've done so much for me. I want to make sure that they get their
Oh,
businesses up and running.
yes.
So I
Y'all
think
are a
that's what's gonna
unit.
happen.
Y'all are a team. So this
For
is beautiful.
sure, for sure.
That's what
You
friendship is all about, holding each other accountable and making sure
facts,
we all together. Like we
facts.
all good. That's how I am with my
Facts.
girls too. So such a beautiful give me tell everyone your Instagram handle and
Oh,
if you have a
um,
website, let's get all that information.
working on getting a website built. But you can find me on Instagram at a classic curve. That's a classic curve, not classy. I also have another Instagram for my clothing line, which is officially all dolled up. Um, and I think that's all that I have right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
So y'all
yeah,
know where to find her. Thank you again. Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone that came on here. There's
yeah. They
been so
came through
many,
for the kid. Look at the
man, so much
live. I love
love.
it.
I
I see all
appreciate.
the waves and the hellos. Thank you so much. I'm glad I was able to
Yes.
pay attention this time
Right.
because last time I missed everybody.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's really amazing to see all these beautiful people, and I hope everyone got something out of this. And we're gonna connect real soon. So,
yeah.
and this is not gonna be the last time you on Vision. So, thank you so much for joining me, and
Thank
love
you.
y'all.
Thank you. Thank you guys for tapping
Peace.
in. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Take care.
Bye.